Right, Germán, so Verdi aria number 2. You still sound as fresh as a daisy to me, so why don't we just start at the beginning? This is Trovatore, in contrast to Eri 2, which has so much contrast in it. This is pure bel canto, beautiful aria. You would not, if you heard this aria, you would not think that the man is a bit of a villain.
Yeah, that's true.
But who cares when it's sung so gloriously? So let's pick it up from the beginning. Tutto e deserto. So.
Tutto è deserto, né per laudi ancora suona l'usato carme. In tempo io giungo, ardita e qual furente amore d'irritato orgoglio chiesero a me. Spento il rival, caduto ogni ostacol sembrava a miei desideri. Novello e più possente l'annia presta l'altare. Ah no, non fia d'altri Leonora mai. Leonora mia.
Great. Two little things. One, interestingly, you did something that I would very much like you to have done, is when you sang Caduto ogni ostacolo sembrava. When you're on one single note like that, you're wanting to highlight certain syllables.
Yeah.
And I think maybe one of the little minor disagreements we've had is that you're a very passionate person. And I know you sometimes get carried away, and sometimes I think you maybe slightly overblow the voice in order to get this effectiveness. But what you did there was what we were talked about, is vibrating the sound.
Yeah.
Caduto ogni star.
Well, I've been taking care of.
Yeah, rather than star, Carl.
Yeah,
Nothing too aggressive like that.
There
And
is,
I think,
especially on these things, when you get carried from the character, there is a temptation sometimes to go there, because but again, it's about trusting what is there.
Mm-hmm. It's about inspiring and ejecting your resonance, your maximum resonance to make the effect for
and
you,
to find
rather than punching it, because
to find the equilibrium, no, the in the middle, because if you do the other extreme, which is like just caduto ogni ostacolo, it's not only boring, but it's how many times we hear that, no? It's just a voice without any accent, without nothing, just doing the notes, which is maybe the first step, no? Yeah. But then we want also to have the character inside, and we want to tell the story, I thought that I don't have anything in front of me, and now this thing happened, no? And she's mine, and I think this is for the character of he's not that wonderful guy, it's like and then he loves, and then he becomes human, and that's Verdi, giving you this human input all the time, but we have to be very careful, with the it's funny because you say that, and we were talking about the teachers that I had in the past. One of those was Ryland Davis, sorry.
A legend.
And a legend, as you say.
Yeah, great singer, great teacher.
I never did Verdi with him,
Right.
At that time I was working with Rosa Dominguez in one side and Ryland Davis in the other side, and sometimes together also. We never did Verdi, but already there he was telling me, you have to have 2 ice cubes in your hands and put it here, and then you sing, and because that's my personal way to do things, very passionate. But I always try to remember that picture of you feel everything inside, but also you have to be able to control the way that you show this to the way that you share this with the public, no? Because it could be a lot. Then it's just shout in their face, you know. So it's funny that you say the same thing. Everyone is saying with different words.
Yes, aiming for the same place, but maybe going slightly different.
It goes
routes.
also with a pure bel canto, you know. Goes always back to the bel canto.
Yeah, and talking about canto, the other little thing I just wanted to say, which I think would make it even better, is when you sing Leon, like when you go to the top G there, rather than attacking the top G quite strongly, if you could link it with a portamento.
Yeah, even I was thinking that. I did it, and then I was like, I could maybe better this.
You see, that is the passionate element in you. This instinct for wanting to give absolutely as much as nature has given you can make you, if you're not careful, can make you pushed a bit too far. And I'm glad that you felt the same way, because I think it will be very powerful. You will lose no power whatsoever, but you will also add a layer of beauty to it as well. So if we just repeat that phrase again, and then we'll go into the aria.
Leonora è mia.
Yeah, well, why not pick it up from Anno? Anno.
Anno, non fia d'altri Leonora mai. Leonora mia. Or something like that.
Not something like that. That is exactly it. I never, promise me one thing, it'll never be shorter than that. If you're going to do a top note, hang on to it for as long as you like. Right, and into the aria then. So I'll follow you. You pick up a tempo that you like.
Il balen del suo sorriso d'una stella vince il raggio, il fulgor del suo bel viso. Tempesta del mio cuore Sperito il sole ed un suo suordo alla tempesta del mio cuore.
Very good, very good. I feel a bit of a fraud sitting here because there's really not much I can say to
Well, I
improve
could
on that.
move the poco also a little bit more because my intention was to give the first time a full phrase, and I was a bit out of breath by the end.
yeah.
But
I sensed that, and I tried to move it on a little bit. But
it's
yeah.
you know this
Yeah.
is real life. Singers out there, you know, it happens. You know, sometimes.
And you didn't even know we were going to do it from beginning to
Yeah,
end, which we did. Because
I wasn't
normally
sure if we are, you know, after the second one, if we were moving or not. But yeah, this is what it is. You know, sometimes you work in your house and you think, okay, I want this to be done in this direction, and you just need a conductor that wants to be a bit less, or that night also. You know, every performance is different, so. Maybe it is better to phrase and have a plan B, you know, in the hand, and just, you know, okay, maybe I will not arrive today. And I took the risk, and maybe the last favor was a bit
very, very long phrases.
but I think again this aria, no, it's so hard because he push you very up, and then he won this again, the phrase starting from an F to a D. No,
That's a notoriously weak part of the baritone voice there. You're not into chest voice at the bottom. You haven't got that fullness that starts coming by the time you get to about G, A flat, up into the vuoto zone. The danger is that it can be pushed a bit, but you've just got to find the simple clarity there.
yeah, well, I mean, especially
luckily it's lyrical here.
when
and
you've
not
been doing like
dramatic.
and then you go like you feel a bit like
Yeah.
how
Where's
I
my
sit.
sonority gone?
Yeah, where I sit, you know, or we say in Spanish walking in X, you know, like in like you walking
on eggshells. Yeah. Yes.
yeah. It's a bit but
There's one little thing when of course you do the traditional cadenza, not the one that's written on the page, and that's fair enough.
Yeah.
When you hit the high G there, again, if you could not be, don't stab it so much. Just let it squahadador.
Yeah, I think that also I didn't
even
took
with a
that much time, you know,
into it. You know, slight portamento leading up to the top G.
But also I didn't really take that much time now, so I felt a bit.
Take your time. Don't rush it.
Well, this is also something that we learn much on the stage. Also, no, it's like how much you produce. I mean, silence is plenty of music inside, no. And again, it depends, you know, on how much your voice goes in the theater, how much a break you have to do between that last sound.
It's all in the timing. It's an instinctive thing you'll feel on the occasion.
But also because it, for instance, I noticed that with Eri too, no? Every time that I started the aria on stage, the silence was longer before I will say alzati, because she sang her beautiful aria. The public, of course, clap, and you know it was brava, 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 and then silence. And then I think that then more and more inside of me was like, and what I will do now? Okay, I will do this, and then you do it. You know? So, and all this time, also happened to me with the with the Conte, no?
What in Le Nozze?
In Le Nozze di Figaro, because then you explore more this thinking inside, you know, and maybe sometimes in cadenzas we forget about this. We get too much voice thinking. You know, we just think about the cadenza, the notes, the high notes, whatever, and they are there because they are an expression also of what the character says, no? And I think sometimes we have to get back to this, why we are, you know, from where it comes. La tempesta, and not just la tempesta.
Yeah, yeah.
No?
I'd like to do that again.
Well, we can try.
Not just now. I just want to go back to the recipe because the other thing I want to talk about when you sang "Caduto ogni stacco sembrava." When you've got reiterated notes like that, it's not just how you vibrate the note to get a certain emphasis. Caduto ogni stacco. You might want to do that. The other thing that happens that we do in speech is portamento underneath the note. So to sing. Caduto ogni stacco, that's a bit dull. What you need, you do it instinctively, is to have a portamento underneath an important beat or syllable, because that's what we do in speech. So if I speak to you and I want to emphasize a certain word, then we would use portamento underneath that syllable to highlight it. So you could do caduto ogni stacco sembrava. And that also highlights it, makes it interesting rather than da 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 like a Dalek on one pitch. So if we just pick it up on Spento il rival, you take your time over this and see how much expression you can get out of the phrase, which looks very dull on the page here. Expression in caduto ogni stacco sembrava, by using this vibrazione, vibrating the tone on important words, but also using portamento to emphasize an important syllable. So I'll give you the chord and you come in on Spento il rival.
Spento il rival, caduto ogni ostacolo sembrava.
Yeah, I would say if you do more...
Sembrava.
Yeah, really go down to about the G. Sembrava.
Caduto ogni ostacolo sembrava.
Even more. Sembrava. Yeah, that's it. That really makes that syllable very, very important. It highlights the phrase, makes it interesting. And the reason we do it in singing is because we do it in speaking all the time without realizing it. Everything we do in singing, staccato, legato, messa di voce, all of these things come from speech. There are a heightened version of that. And that's what brings the drama, I think, in what can be a relatively insignificant phrase on the page. You make it, you give it life, you give it significance. So as a grand finale, how about doing the cadenza again? So you come into it absolutely fresh on this chord, spero al sole, and this time don't rush into the top G. Time it, phrase it how you feel it, because we've heard a glorious sound. If you pause and there's a slight pause, we think, oh, what's happening now? Is there something even more exciting because he's girding himself for it? And then use it with a slight portamento, but make it lyrical. But having made it lyrical at the beginning, there's no pressure on it. And then you can expand it if you want to, and make it even more exciting. You know what you're doing. I'm just those are the descriptions. I'm just giving you the go-ahead to indulge yourself. Right. So you've done spero dal sole d'un suo sguardo la tempesta.
Spero il sole d'un suo sguardo la tempesta. La tempesta del mio cor.
Yeah. Well, that does it for me.
Well.
So thank you.
Thank you.
I look forward to hearing these roles in the theatre, which I'm sure I shall.
Very soon.
Before
Very
long.
soon.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.